welcome back to my humble homestead. So I am going to make this butternut squash loaf bread. So what I did was I pureed my butternut squash. I'm making a two loaves. So I took out 3 cups. If you make 1 loaf, it's 1.5 cups. Then I took the rest of it and I put in 1.5 cup baggies, put it in here. I'm gonna freeze this. For my dry ingredients, I'm gonna put it in here and then I'm gonna mix it in this with my wet ingredients. So I'm gonna start off with some flour. So I'm gonna do this. I'm doing a double batch. So the first, we would need 1 3/4. So I'm gonna do that twice. I am almost out of this white flour. I'm gonna have to grind up some flour here. I may have to grab a little bit of my wheat berry flour here. I'm going to grind some of that up. But here, I'm going to throw my nutmeg in first because I was grinding up my nutmeg. I'm going to need a total of 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. So I ground that up. Now I'm going to grind up a little bit of my wheat berries just to make some wheat berry flour. Because if you remember, I don't have a flour meal. That is on my wish list. I guess I could look on Cyber Monday. Since I need such a small amount, I'm not going to worry about sifting all of this out because I just need like 1/4 cup here, which is exactly what I have here. 1/4 cup. I'm just going to throw that in there. So maybe I will look for, if you guys all have a wheat mill or a grain mill and you really like it and it's not too expensive, leave it in the description below which one you like. I'm going to maybe look on Cyber Monday and see what I can find. Okay, a teaspoon of baking soda. So that will give me 2 teaspoons of baking soda here. 1 if you're just doing 1 loaf. And then the ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I doubled that. I also get my baking soda in bulk because I use it for cleaning products, toothpaste, deodorant. I use it for so much stuff. I think I might have put the wrong lid on this one. I'm gonna have to take a peek here and look and see if I put the wrong lid on my baking soda. This one looks like it's not the right color. I'm gonna have to go through my lids. I might have did that the other night when I was cooking. I was a little bit tired. That does not look right. I'm gonna take a peek. Okay, and then 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. So I'm gonna double that as well. And I buy my cloves on bulk too on Amazon. They smell super good. I'm gonna have to put this in a jar. And then 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. So I will do 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. Once again, I buy my cinnamon on bulk on Amazon. And it says 1/2 cup of canola oil. I personally do not feel canola oil is healthy, so I'm going to use olive oil. You can use olive oil or coconut oil, whatever kind of healthy oil that you like. So I'm going to actually use 1 cup of this. And I'm going to put this in with the butternut squash where the wet ingredients are. 3/4 cup of granulated white sugar. I do have another bag of my organic white sugar, but I think I should be able to get 1.5 cups out of here. Okay, and then 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So we're gonna need a total of 1 cup for 2 loaves. This I will need to fill up too. I have more in my pantry. That is 1 cup exactly. 2 large eggs room temperature. I've been having my eggs sit out, so I have 4 eggs. I'm gonna put them in. I do have to tell you, I had my first sealed jar fail today. These are drying, I just washed them, but it was so disappointing. If any of you have had a failed jar seal, you will understand what I mean. Oh, so as I was washing these, I took one off and it just came right off and I was like, oh no. So down the garbage disposal went an entire jar of turkey soup. Because I leave them out all night and then I wash them and now they're just drying and I'll label them and put them on my pantry. Oh, here's where this is where the top. Okay, here we go. I knew that looked wrong. This is the top to my wheat berries. And here's the top to where's the top to my baking? No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Here's the top to my baking soda. I knew that was not right. Okay. And so I was so sad. I know, but honestly, to be blessed to say that all of the stuff I've canned this year and I've had 1 fail, that's not so bad. I had gotten these jars at Fleet Farm and I wasn't sure about them, but there were a couple of the rings didn't feel right when they went on. And I did replace a couple of them, but they're like, even this one kind of looks like, if you look closely, how it looks kind of weird. This one I actually think I'm going to put in the fridge because it has a couple bubbles on the top. So I think I'm going to put this one in the fridge. I kind of feel weird about it. So even though it has a nice seal, it has those couple bubbles in it, all the rest look fine. Just because that happened, I just don't want to take any chances. So anyway, that was my first failed jar, and I was sad, but still blessed. I have plenty of soup. All right, so we got the white sugar, brown sugar, eggs, the butternut squash is in there, and then it says a 1/4 cup of orange juice or water. I could squeeze some oranges, but those are a treat for me. So I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of water, which is actually a 1/2 cup. So I'm just gonna take it out of my purified water fridge and throw it in there. All right, then preheat oven to 350, which I have that. Put some olive oil in. I have 1 large loaf and 3 mini loaf pans. Combine dry ingredients in a bowl and whisk together, and then combine it with the wet. So I'm just gonna take a fork. I could get a whisk, but I'm just gonna take a fork and whisk these together. These dry ingredients. Let's get this all whisked together because we want to get all that baking soda together, flour and the sugars together. And then I'm just going to fork the eggs together, and then I'm going to pour this together, and I'm going to run it really ever so slightly through my KitchenAid. It says to not over mix, so I'm just going to literally run it through just till it's mixed. And then I'm going to put it in my loaf pans, and then bake for 60 to 65 minutes until the toothpick comes clean in the center, and then remove for oven. Allow it to cool completely in the pan on a wire whisk. And then you can store it 2 days or on the counter or in the refrigerator for up to a week. But since I'm making so much, I am going to freeze them. I will probably keep a mini loaf out for me, and then I will freeze them for whenever I feel like I need a treat. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm gonna first, but yeah, that's another way I'm using up this butternut squash. It sounds delicious. I'm kind of excited. I thought about using the zest of an orange. That's another option to do. Maybe I will peel an orange. I haven't had breakfast yet, and I think I'm just gonna put the zest of an orange in here just to add a little bit of that orangey zest flavor. So I'm gonna do that as soon as I get these mixed together. You know, with clothes, it's always good. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to peel an orange. I'm just going to zest a little bit of that inside zest in here. Mix it up. Put it in here's my oiled pans. Then I'm going to bake them for an hour. I might check these mini ones after about 40 minutes just to kind of check them. But bake them for an hour, and then I will show you what they look like. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. I'll get my kitchen cleaned up today. Had some processing going on. It's a little bit of a disaster, but thanks for putting up with me. Have a great day, you guys. Bye. Be blessed.
Thank you.